The Journey is a one-day festival composed to promote and showcase upcoming musicians of the Sunshine Coast region. As 2018 is the first year for The Journey, the event directors were inspired by many local stories and talent presented throughout the region and want to know the stories behind these budding local artists. Each band has been given the task to self-write and perform a song regarding their highs and lows in the music industry and how it has affected their confidence, persistence, and character. The Journey has been created and developed to keep local musicians on the Sunshine Coast while giving them an opportunity to get their name out without having to travel. Each musician is given the task to write and perform a song written by themselves that acknowledges their hardships and journey to where they are today. This special feature will educate, inform, and give a sense of realization of how hard it can really be to get into the music industry of this era and know how important it is to support our local talent. This iconic event will be held at the University of the Sunshine Coast on the Cricket Oval. This open-aired event will focus on a single stage centered towards the back of the venue. The Journey is a one-night event held on the 22nd of September 2018 from 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. to capture the nightlife, create the mood, and lure the array of spectators into the storytelling night. The time and date of the event was chosen strategically to allow the majority of the target market to attend. The festival year was assessed and months such as May, July and December to early January were avoided due to the Big Pineapple Music Festival, Splendour in the Grass and New Year's festivals. The Journey will be held on the 22nd of September from 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. and will be an 18+ event. The date decided proved most likely available for the venue, participants and audience. The 22nd of September is the first weekend which kicks off the mid-semester break, which will be the least busy time for students. Research also shows around the Sunshine Coast area that there is no other event being held on this date. The organisation will allocate scarce resources to achieve desirable outcomes and produce maximum benefits for stakeholders. This will be done by implementing a marketing plan, operations plan, and provide incentives.
Availability of funds, location, time, and knowledge are all constraints that may derive the journey from reaching their set vision, mission, and objectives. To determine whether this event is realistically achievable, these constraints must be analysed, evaluated, and overcome to present a successful event. The question to be asked is, are a sufficient amount of human, financial, and physical resources available? To make sure we are equipped with adequate resources, incentives for volunteers have been implemented to ensure plenty of staff is provided. Financially, we are sparing 10% of the budget in case of any insufficient financial situations that may occur and a risk management analysis that has been created to avoid or overcome any physical problems that may arise. The Journey's vision is to promote budding musicians of the Sunshine Coast community. Its mission is to provide the Sunshine Coast public with unique and raw music talent from upcoming musicians, to recognise these talents along with an imperishable experience. The festival has been developed to achieve the following objectives: to promote budding musicians within the Sunshine Coast region, to generate buzz for the youth, to bring the community together, and to recognise the difficulty it is to make it in the music industry. Each of these have been collated to meet the SMART Objectives criteria. These SMART Objectives have been defined and evaluated to quantify progress towards the Journey's goals and as such set benchmarks, thus allowing us to assess whether the planning implemented was a success or failure. To be specific, goals are set and questions are asked, such as, what exactly do I want to achieve? The overall objective is to promote budding musicians of the Sunshine Coast. To recap who, what, when, where, why, and how. Who are the stakeholders involved? They are the organisers, volunteers, staff, external suppliers, event council, attendees, artists, venue owners, police, and the surrounding community. What are the conditions and limitations? Noise, licenses, security, fencing, traffic control, transport, and finance. The sum of money provided for the journey is a total of $2,000 and excess expenses will be covered by sponsorship and entry fees.
The event layout has been strategically planned with customer satisfaction in mind.
This event will also boost the economy for providers and the surrounding businesses. It will create job opportunity and offers a social event for the youth. Lastly, how? As shown on the screen is a mock diagram of how we perceive the event to be set out with logistics and attendee satisfaction in mind. The second objective is to consider the measurability of the event. A survey can be implemented to measure the quantitative data such as number of attendees, amount of interest in the event prior to the event, attendees post-event feedback, and an estimated fund count. With the knowledge of this data, we can employ and present what is desired for the potential attendees. The third SMART objective is agreeable. Everyone is to have a deep understanding and an agreeable attitude to the stated vision, mission, and objectives to be able to implement this event successfully. If these desired objectives are not clearly informed, reinforced, and agreed upon by all staff members, problems may arise and confrontation may occur. As earlier explained, to consider whether our festival is realistically achievable, we must ensure the human, financial, and physical resources are available. The insurance that plenty of staff are provided, a budget is accurately constructed and followed, and sufficient funds are on hand if needed, as well as plenty of physical resources are arranged to be on site if any problems occur. For an example, a backup venue has been considered in case of any physical environment interferences. Lastly, to ensure time management is under wraps, a Gantt chart has been constructed to keep a close eye on how the festival is moving forward and whether it is moving at a satisfactory pace. The journey strives to attract a broad range of music lovers in their youth. This target audience of 18-year-olds and plus event will not only satisfy original music lovers, but also create and engage potential music lovers who never thought they would be. Situated on the university campus with a minimal cost of entry, we believe the audience will be highly populated by students. When considering the organisational structure, we believe the networking organisational structure would suit the size and capacity of this event. As being a one-day, one-stage event, the need for numerous functional areas is not applicable. The journey would contain the following functional areas: the venue, catering firm, security firm, audiovisual firm, facility hire firm, bar and facility hire firm, prop hire firm, as well as consultants such as risk management, accountancy, legal, and marketing. All of these functional areas are supervised and coordinated by the Journey's Specialised Event Management Association.
The Journey's marketing screen will provide a variety of strengths such as the promotion of food and drink vendors, promotion to the broader areas than the region, and resonates with the target audience. The festival will provide opportunities to help upcoming artists, an opportunity to showcase the venue, and has the chance to grow within future years. However, weaknesses lie in the possibility of the media not reacting positively and the possibility of another event occurring within the same time frame, which poses a serious risk to the overall success of the event. Recommendations have been created in order to avoid the weaknesses and threats discussed. It is recommended that the event undergo self-promotion through social media platforms to avoid these issues. Continuing on to the second evaluation filter, operations screen, the creation of friendship, loyalty, and trust with the external suppliers will be a major strength. Furthermore, the journey provides operational opportunities such as training volunteers, offer work experience, and supply external suppliers with work. However, weaknesses such as reliance on external suppliers and volunteers can occur, which creates threats such as understaffing and withdrawal of external suppliers, as well as unpredictable treats such as weather can have a huge impact on the outcome of the event. To avoid these risks, we recommend a risk analysis to be implemented that will protect us in case the presented weaknesses and threats occur. We recommend a backup venue in case of weather inconveniences as well as public liability insurance. Lastly, the final evaluation filter, the financial screen, found that strengths lie in the attraction of outer-region individuals to the region and provides support to food and drink vendors. The event will provide a massive opportunity to boost the local Sunshine Coast economy. The possibility that sponsors may withdraw proves a weakness, and the possibility that the event is left with insufficient funds and no sponsorship is also threatening. A risk management plan has been implemented in order to avoid these weaknesses and threats. we have recommended to preserve at least 10% of the budget in case of an insufficient financial situation occurs. By evaluating 3 separate evaluation filters, the marketing, operations, and financial screens, recommendations have been made to avoid each weakness and threat presented. In order for the marketing screen to succeed, it is recommended that the event participates in self-promotion through social media platforms such as Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter to avoid the possibility of negative promotion from media and the chance of a different event occurring on the same day. It is imperative that the operations screen implement a risk analysis assessment, a backup venue, and purchase public liability insurance to avoid unpredictable physical factors. Finally, a risk management plan must be implemented to provide protection to the financial screen. It is recommended that at least 10% of the budget is to be preserved in case of insufficient finances and/or sponsorship withdrawal.